While Broadway Limited Imports steam locomotives are generally strong contenders in the world of model steam locomotives, they have their weak points. A common problem is a broken or pulled wire from the tether, or harness of wires from the decoder to the locomotive. A loose wire can cause a variety of problems, from power issues to the locomotive not moving at all, depending on which wire is broken. On this Paragon 3 USRA Heavy Pacific, a wire picking up power from one side of the locomotive is pulled from the tether, meaning one side of the engine is trying to pick up power only from one tender truck. I checked this by seeing if the locomotive can run with only the engine or tender on the track. Paragon 3 is already sensitive to power disruptions, which only makes the problem worse. Repairing this issue is usually not too hard, however. Because the tether plugs into the decoder at the other end, replacing it is pretty simple. A new tether can be acquired from Broadway Limited Imports for about $15 plus shipping. You can request a tether for your engine through BLI's service portal. To replace the tether, start by popping the tender shell off of the frame. Here you can see how the tether runs under the decoder, then over to plug in. I had to loosen the decoder from the frame to get the wires out from under it, but these were the only screws I had to deal with on this job. When I replace a tether, I replace it plug for plug. I match each new plug to the old plug and change them over one at a time. This ensures that the new tether is plugged in exactly the same way the old one was. I did get the two tethers tangled briefly, but a gentle hand soon sets this right. Once the old tether is out and the new tether is in, I make sure the new wires run where the old ones did, then I reinstall the screws. Once this was done, I plugged the tender into the engine for a quick test. I was initially caught off guard by the tinny sound from the speakers, but I later realized that the tender shell also acts as a speaker baffle. To make sure power pickup from the engine was restored, I picked the tender up off the rails and tried to get a response from the engine. It moved. That's a success. With power pickup now from both the engine and tender, I can expect her to run much happier. At this point, all that really remains is to snap the tender shell back on and plug the new tether into the engine for good. This is a pretty simple repair, and fairly standard across Paragon 2, 3, and 4 engines. I have replaced a few tethers on my BLI steam engines. It is a simple job, and I'd bet just about anyone can do it. The process will vary slightly from engine to engine, but the basic process is the same. Tender shell off, free the wires, unplug the old tether as you plug the new tether in, put the wires back where they were intended to be, put the tender shell back on, plug it into the engine, and away you go. Small jobs like this are a great way to build confidence for tackling bigger repairs later. It's all part of growing within model railroading. Stay safe out there, as always, and enjoy this great hobby of ours.